you want to define your objective and be as clear as possible with what they're trying to achieve. Are they looking to increase loyalty? Are they trying to drive higher conversion rates or even trying to optimize prices? The clearer the goal, the more effective your segmentation strategy is going to be.
Welcome to Shelf Talk, the podcast where we explore the trends, strategies, and insights shaping the retail industry. I'm your host, Oren, and today we're diving into one of the most powerful strategies retailers struggle to implement, which is segmentation. To help us understand it, I'm joined by our top retail analytics experts, Muhammad Khizar, Director, Retail Analytics Implementation, and Toyin Olawale, Associate Director, Retail Analytics Implementation. Welcome to Shelf Talk.
Thanks for having us, Oren.
Excited to be here.
Great. So let's start with the basics. We hear about segmentation all the time, but what does it really mean in the retail context, and why should retailers care about it?
Simple term, segmentation is really about retailers recognizing, those meaningful similarities and differences between their customers and leveraging this to assign them to different customer groups. By understanding what makes us similar and different both across and within these groups, retailers can really use this information to increase the relevancy of their customer interactions. By grouping customers based on their shaded behaviors, their needs, their demographics, they can really create much more personalized experiences that optimize their pricing and merchandising efforts and improve the effectiveness of all their marketing campaigns.
Yeah, I agree with Toyin. A one-size-fits-all approach no longer works anymore. Because consumers expect tailored experiences, and retailers want to embrace segmentation solutions which can unlock loyalty and greater revenue, but also remove blind spots which exist for the knowledge of the customer base.
So, for our retail listeners who may not have a sophisticated dynamic segmentation strategy in place, where should they start?
It's a very good question, and typically retailers do ask us this question quite a bit, and I would always advise them to start with the data you already have and try to maximize those inputs as much as possible. Retailers have their POS data, their transactional log information, their loyalty program insights, and even now their online engagement metrics. Secondly, I would say to them is that you want to define your objective and be as clear as possible with what they're trying to achieve. Are they looking to increase loyalty? Are they trying to drive higher conversion rates or even trying to optimize prices? The clearer the goal, the more effective your segmentation strategy is going to be. Lastly, I would say is to test, measure, and iterate. Measurement defines success, and iteration is more about automation. And segmentation is no longer a one-time exercise. The consumer behavior is constantly evolving. Customers can have a new member to their households, or their parents might be moving in with them, and now it's multi-generational household. And for me, I'll give an example is that every new year I try to have a New Year's resolution to be a bit more healthier. So it's very important to capture this evolving behavior to customers and ensure your model captures that.
I'd also add that collaboration is key across business functions to drive value with customers. The idea that a retailer really understands their customer becomes even more impactful if they actually see that demonstrated in the way that retailers are engaging with the customer. When functions like marketing and sales product teams work together to create a seamless customer experience, leveraging segmentation insights at every touch point, it really does help to create that story of that retailer understanding who that customer is. And internally, the way we talk about this and we mentioned with our retail partners is about really creating that holistic strategy that puts customer at the center of every decision that's being made. And this extends beyond just marketing and sales, even like operational levels such as inventory management, supply chain store operations. Different elements can benefit from having and being informed by an overarching customer segmentation strategy.
How about measuring the success of segmentation strategies? How do we do that?
Yeah, measurement is key for retailers that can define success. Retailers need to track customer engagement metrics, conversion rates, and even revenue growth by segment to understand what's working and, more importantly, what's not working so they can adjust. Tech stacks improvement, evolution, and advanced analytics allow for real-time tracking so that retailers can adjust on the fly so that they can deliver speed to value.
Exactly. And just as Mohammed mentioned, investing in that right technology stack is going to be critical for enabling these tools. not just in terms of that compute power to be able to run these segmentations that are, computing, millions of different transactions around customer and how they're behaving, but also to scale how we plan to help our retailers activate with those different segmentations. And it's all about being able to use those inputs, understanding how customers are evolving all the time, and generate that quickly so that we can help retailers move and drive impact with that speed to value.
Right. That's actually a perfect segue to my next question, which is how do you see segmentation evolving in the next couple of years?
That's a really good question. And, NIQ as an organization has a lot of really good thought leadership on this. Definitely seeing, AI, pulling us forward in terms of segmentation capabilities, really allowing the retailers to move from just reacting to more predicting behavioral changes in customers and really helping to get ahead of what our understanding is of what their needs are and how we can enable retailers to create that more tailored and relevant experience. Also, seeing this being kind of fuel to the fire of real-time personalization being the norm and table stakes for a lot of customers when they think about their top retailers. And another piece that we think is going to be really exciting for segmentation is leveraging Gen AI to help fill in the blanks of that our understanding, our description of who these different customer segments and personas are.
Yep, exciting times ahead, definitely. So before we wrap up, can you share some real world examples of how segmentation has helped retailers drive success?
Absolutely. So Khizar and I, we recently worked with a US-based retailer that, had a long history and tradition of putting customer at the forefront of a lot of decisions. But this is all in the backing of a more market-based segmentation that they had trouble trying to be able to activate that down at the individual customer level. And so leveraging their first party data and enriching that with some of our NIQ assets around our product attribution data and our panel data, we were able to deliver we call our enterprise customer segmentation, which is really these overarching archetypes of who their customers are, but not just be able to deliver that from a storytelling piece, but be able to tie that back to their first party data to help them identify who those customers are. And by that means, be able to help them activate at that individual customer level. And what was really exciting about that project and something that really resonated with them was because we're able to do this on their actual data, we helped them unlock and identify a brand new customer segment that was previously hidden in their data because they were so small. And although they were small from a productivity standpoint, they are by far the most productive customer for that segment and really kind of flipped on their heads their idea of who their most important customers are that are coming to their stores. So something we're really excited to deliver and definitely, a project that we are seeing have a lot of opportunity with other retailers across North American market and other markets as well.
I agree with Toyin. The project you mentioned was a very interesting one. I have another example of a Western European grocery retailers which leveraged our advanced segmentation solution. And the objective of that project was to identify at-risk and lapsed shoppers. Based on this, we were able to target and tailor personalized campaigns, ensuring the customer received offers which resonated with their purchase history, resulting in a 38% increase in customers going back to the store.
Those are some very impressive results, and we can really see how effective segmentation creates value for retailers. Muhammad, Toyin, thank you very much. This has been an insightful conversation. Thank you very much, you both, for joining us today.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah, great question. Looking forward to coming back again.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Shelf Talk. If you found this conversation valuable, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and check out more insights on segmentation at niq.com. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on our next episode.